so that we go live good tomorrow when we die. Oh. But now you see things them done they change. Power struggle don't overcome we all. Now let we join and come make better Salone. So let we try. We all don't let now we can. Now we go try for let we go before. Salone don't let now we can. Now we go try for let we go before. We all don't let now we can. Now we go try for let we go before. God they help himself. Let we join and follow we go before. Famble them, nobody no can for come for help again. If we no help ourselves. People them, nobody no can for come for make Salone. If we no make for ourselves. So let we drive away tribalism now. Forget about nepotism now. Let we join and come make sweet, sweet Salone. So let we pray. We want to live now we can. Now we go try for let we go before. Salone don't live now we can. Now we go try for let we go before. We want to live now we can. Now we go try for let we go before. I hear the voice they say, if we come together now, everything will be alright. Still they tell me say, that we have selfishness, we are gonna live alright, not the world. So let me pray. We want to live now we can. Now we go try for let we go before. Salone don't live now we can. Now we go try for let we go before. We send them come for let we live for bread. Now let we join and follow we make Salone. Famble them, nobody no can for come for help again. If we no help ourselves. People them, nobody no can for come for make Salone. If we no make for ourselves. So let we drive away tribalism now. Forget about nepotism now. Now let we join and come make better Salone. So let we try. We want to live now we can. Now we go try for let we go.
Yes. Fumble them. The world don't left now we am. Now we for make Salone go before. And I go tire for the repeat this. And I go tire for the remind we all. Say Salone and I will go before if we all not come together. We stop for vet and push Salone go before for the betterment of maybe not to we again, because some of we go say probably if God help, we go able to retire and get small change where we go eat and small till die. But now the picking them, we they don't know nothing. Now we get for make the world better for them, particularly the one they within our Salone. Because some people and they feel say the diasporas they don't care. No, we care. Within our diaspora, but because of our country and because of who people and they most times now we they feel the pinch. Because anything will happen, we need to be last resort. So now we force them they call. So if Salone better, we self go get blow and we self go gladdy for say when we go back home, we see the development where we don't they enjoy in the diaspora. So fumble them again, we don't come with another episode of the current issues where they make headline as Salone, and this as of August 10th, 2023. And before I go further, I want for me to know say the phone lines they open right away. And the number we for call because somebody be in the line but they don't hang up. The number one I can call, we get toll free number, and this toll free number, if you did the US and Canada and Mexico, you can call this number. And the number for call now 1-866-944-7722. 1-866-944-7722. If you're in the UK, you can call we, and this na local number where what calls to you long distance, especially if you did now the London area. So now +442080891455 +442080891455. If you're in Australia, particularly the Sydney area, the number for call now +61 29 82909 84337. The Australia number again, if you didn't around the Sydney area, and it will be local call for you, you're not going to pay for long distance. It will be +61 2909 84337. +61 2909 84337. If you the other side them will not be part of the place here where I call, so you can call the one port number, and this one port number you can call this number any part of the world where you day. By God's grace, we go able for answer you, and you go able for get VOS. So the VOS WhatsApp now 1-343-997-5828. The number again are 1-343-997-5828. I want to remind you, say with a broadcast on Boku platform them, with a broadcast on live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and the Voice of Salone Television.com, we now we website, and the radio website as well, because you're not able to see me on the radio, but you go hear me. So we get online radio, we're in vosradio.com, and also we encourage you now for let una download the app. So if una go look at the bottom, una go see two barcode them, one day in yellow and the other one day in blue. So the blue barcode now, if you get Android, you can go to the Google Play Store where you scan them, you use camera, you scan them, a link they pop up, and that link they go carry go state. Also you they download the VOS app, and the VOS app we get boku things them. We get the TV where we play soccer and boku other things them where go be entertaining for now. And if you just want to listen to music, we they play music 24/7, and just click on the radio part of the app, because the app will therefore make a one-stop shop where you can able forget everything we're connected to Sierra Leone. And even if you they look for money converter, like for convert the currency for just know almost one Salone or $1 go come per Salone money, we get that tool day where you can able just go to that tool day and then convert your money and therefore understand what's in the current exchange rate. The exchange rate within the app now what we call spot exchange rate, where it gets small delay, but you able get rough idea almost $1 cost per Sierra Leone money. And we also get another tool where now mortgage calculator for the people that within the diaspora. If you want to know how much it will cost for particular house and the monthly mortgage where you go pay, where you put the interest rate and all that, and the breakdown go show you what you're waiting for put. So then they very easy, you can able for calculate your mortgage. We get mortgage calculator as well. And for the students them, if you look for calculator instead of scientific calculator for that matter, if you look for that, you get that's also not the app. And for people that wade into financial market, we even get stock price, like stock market, where you can able check back na the app and see how you go able for know if you know somebody will get particular stock, and for track your stock. We get all that. So I go encourage you now for let una download the the app by using the code, and Leona enjoy all them goodies here we are they talk about. And by the way, all this not free. The only thing we I go ask no more for Leona support VOS. Again, we they try for do behind the scene and spend money for let we wanna get all them goodies here, but the money they cost we. So I want for again take this opportunity for say a special shout out to people them way we go say them people there now subscribers them of VOS. And what in that mean? It means say particular video them way we they share and then first go get them, and when we share them videos then go get a lot right away. So we did try that as well. And the other thing, the way I want for draw to our attention, very soon, we go give some subscribers them or the subscribers them of VOS. We go give them extensive, I go say privilege in the sense that if let's say because I remember the last time somebody say it go leg for leg I be a mentor and things like that. I they work with Mr. CEO and the rest of the VOS team. Let some of we able get the opportunity for one-on-one talk to we subscribers them if they want to get in touch with we. And by the way, I just want for we not get boku subscribers them it, but I want for give a shout out to we current subscribers them and for tell them boku tenki not to plenty money now every month you just give $5. So that $5 they it will help we for send money back home and help with the cost for run the radio station we will get back home. So yes, now yeah, we they pull from a pocket, but back home we really want to expand. And again, we try not for ask for big money because we don't want to let anybody influence waiting VOS stand for. So now that's make $5 per subscription. You for able to afford them well, Salone brother and sister. So one for say shout out to Isma to Kamara, we now one of we great subscribers them, and we want for say again plenty thank you and shout out to Mr. Abdullah Bangura. Thank you. You be don't be subscribers since October 2nd, 2022. And Miss Isma too, you just joined we since July 2023. And Mr. Abdullah say thank you very much. You be don't be subscribers since July of 2022 last year. And one from say boku tenki and shout out to Mr. Fode Mustafa Toure and not also another subscriber we join me since June of 2023. And one for say kudos to Mr. Mohammed Kamara we be a subscriber of VOS network since December 3rd of 2021. So one for say boku tenki, and as we get more subscribers them we go to give a shout out. And the other also advantage for the subscribers them fumble them the subscribers them we go make they're able to get opportunity the time where they begin take dedication, like if they want for send dedication to them fumble them now Salone we now through the VOS radio the subscribers them we go make them free for them as of right now. So all them good things then we go encourage you now follow and subscribe. But for right now, for let we enjoy the program proper, we're going to encourage you now for like una share this program. So that's that. And by the way, I sure say they say, okay, you don't talk all this, but we don't know who than are you, especially for the people them way they watch for the first time. Yes, Mina Abdul Karim Kagbo, and I want to say boku thank you for the people that don't join we, and I go encourage you now for let una share. And let me go right away though, me fumble them. Oh, I forget another quick announcement we I get, as some of you I don't see the flyers already. Saturday, by God's grace, 3 o'clock, the show where we can come on with on Saturday, but this time around, exclusive interview with Honorable Alfred Thompson, and now the second APC honorable we don't go parliament, it take the oath of office, and now we get two APC people them we in a parliament. So yes, we supposed forget 54, but now two out of them 54 then they, so still the 52 they still they say that they go parliament, they boycott parliament. So we want to know waiting are some of the reasons where Honorable Alfred Thompson get for tell we as to the reason why he decide for take the oath for go parliament. So the person we get for interview are not to any other person, but we own intelligent Madam Cady Johnson Cole. So we try for make Amle be one-on-one interview with Honorable Alfred Thompson, and one for say Boku Tenki to Honorable Alfred Thompson for way he accept for calm interview with VOS. So Fambulem on a stay tuned on Saturday, and for the people that within the East Coast, so it will be 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Now Canada and US, and then 7 p.m. Salone time and 8 p.m. UK time. So now no fellow and with a broadcast that interview they live now we FM station at Salone. So let people and Seth Yeri from the Honorable Alfred Thompson. So Fambulen are the announcements that, and let we go now into the program proper. So the topic tonight, Fambulem, with how we craft the topic. Yes, it's sort of general, but I want to touch on boku things them. Now that's make we decide for make them general. Say all the issues that we they make headline. Now Salone as of today. So the first thing first, we I really want for tell una boku tenki we boku of una the join we every week for like una self rub mouth as to waiting they go on a salon, and una for take una loyalty for granted at all, because this now something where we need for una kudos, and VOS we different me fumble them. So now I want to lay the foundation in terms of the things them way I go cover now this program. By the way, we go try for keep the program light, because I know the way campus salon, not in all the way lights though. Everything in terms of politics, particularly, we they go really hard on politics, but it's all good, because people the way they say they're not mixed by politics. Guess what? Politics, the politicians them, now then they create policy. They make policies them will go affect me, you too. So if you say mixed by politics and you allow people them for make wrong decision, because now then they take decision for we on we behalf. So now I make it very important for let we choose the right people them, so then go make the right policies them for push you life, me life, the beginning life, the generation unborn, and the country as a whole, for push the country go before. But if we put rogue politicians they were selfish, where they not get much respectful now, guess what? The country they continue for go behind, and we don't they see them for very long time that they happen. So we get for go deep into politics. So the first thing first, fumble them. If una remember last Saturday, we play a video from the Chief of Defense Staff, where talk about some military officers them and some civilians them where they arrest, and talk about the press release. I go read the press release, but I'm not going to play the video. We'll get to that video where I want for show now. So the press release where come up from Salone police, the press release talk about some people them want for create problem in the country. So I know we get time for talk about that. I know Auntie Kali talk about them briefly, but because of we be get interview with Honorable Mohammed Bangura. By the way, I want to tell him boku tenki for way he he joined the VOS where he accept to interview, and I don't know if he had some technical issue, but he be abruptly left the interview. But again, I know I want to take this opportunity and say thank you to them at the platform. So I go touch on that particular aspect there, and the other development around that now. A online TV station where them pull out a report. They do live reporting as they cover that in there. I go make una watch that video there, and to me, a very disturbing video of somebody where, according to the report, President Bill send message to the Liberian president, where President Ware, and ask for let them send one ex policeman, former policeman, for send and go Salone back. They call him extradition. So then say for send him go back for go face charges na Salone. And it's not clear exactly, but according to the reporter, it talk about say attempted coup. But I go make una listen to him, and now that I want for center the discussion today, because that country day we really don't want any ala again, and any run or boost or whatever you call it. We don't tire. Salone, the war, it destabilized plenty of we, and some people in there, and still they live with that pain there. So I don't see any reason why we for justify for let Salone go back to that particular level there. So that will be the center of the presentation tonight. But I will touch on other things then. I will even touch on the APC and ask una generally. So the strategy of APC, what do you think if una feel say it a work? Because they not go court and they not tell the Salone people them waiting at the next step, then just say, okay, well, within 6 months, they want for like then do a rerun of the election, but not tell we who that for call that rerun day. So baku questions they for answer. So then questions then unfortunately we try to get hold of the Agbagba. I ask somebody for give me Dr. Samuel Kamara a number, so we go to reach to him. Let him tell we if possible waiting at the next plan, because Salone not get for continue for day like that. In my opinion, SLPP, APC, all to them party, then they play games where they toy with the Salone people and lives. And for like APC not tell we, given that they not go court, waiting at the next move and just left and like that, it create within what they call anxiety. It make people in panic, people afraid. So now opportunity now for like the government now, whether now they make up something up or indeed not too, for let them self try for be proactive in their only way, and create other thing where they go begin accuse people them and all that. So that by itself is not good for the country at all, because again, this average Salone person and not get the resources for go court and all that thing in it. So we expect, say, as a party, therefore we don't go court. Yes, I know say some man go say, but let's move on now from this talk. When I don't talk empty, but I just want to emphasize on some of the effect where that I don't know if I go say miscalculation, because I don't know if they don't regret that decision there, but in my opinion, I feel saying a miscalculation, because if they be really want for like they overturn the election, therefore don't go court, because the court I did talk several times, the court's not the only entity way responsible for overturn election or for redo an election. No other body no the way constitutionally get the mandate. So that now something we I go talk a little bit more about that. So before I play for una the video about that person where President Bill talk to President Weir for Lek then send that Salone person they back na Salone. And then why don't play the video? Leona say get na 14-minute video. I go try for play them all actually for like una gets the full story. And then I come back again. The phone lines they're open right away. But if I start the video, I go wait until after the video before I resume for take phone calls. Okay. So before that though, I just want for remind una of the press release where the police put out and the time where them be put na be last week where na July the 31st. So I go read them slowly. I know say some of una will be don't join the program the last time or we don't read them for una, but again possibility they say new people who don't join the program. So let I read them for now very slowly. So according to the press release where the police put out July 31st, it say the general public is hereby informed that the security sector has been following intelligence regarding the activities of certain individuals, including senior military officers, working to undermine the peace and tranquility of the state and unleash violence on, that's not the key, on peaceful citizens of Sierra Leone. And then go further for say, in that regard, several arrests have been made and the suspects are assisting the police with the investigations. Preliminary investigations have revealed that these individuals planned to use purported peaceful protest between 7th to 10th, winner today, August 2023, as a guise to unleash violent attacks against state institutions and peaceful citizens. So it conclude for say the security sector notes with dismay that despite continued efforts to consolidate our hard-won peace and democratic gains, there are individuals at home and abroad that continue to undertake actions meant to derail the peace and tranquility of the country. So all this the for talk say the people you get people now Salone and some people where they outside of Salone where they try for bring kata na the country and we go make people not get peace. So the final paragraph is say the security sector assures the public that the country remains peaceful and that the situation is fully under control. The public is therefore urged to remain calm and go about their normal business. We encourage members of the public to report any suspicious activities to the appropriate authority. So that's now boku boku language day, but again like I we do the last time for breaking down what it mean it means say then suspect people we want for bring kata in the country. But I want for remind on I be say I go play the video, but I just want for talk small, me fumble them. If una go back to where Lima be the the deputy internal minister, he make boku allegation them. And plenty of the thing them way it be say or do during that and day where it talks say at one point he even say self and get reliable intelligence and all that thing and day and it happens in a lie. So even talk about how Anescoma and Palo Conte and other people they meet Anescoma in house and they plan for overthrow. And we all know say if turn out for be lie and plenty other things them or allegations them we then say na credible intelligence and then turn out for be lie. So again, when you look at that, and I'll take una back to August 10th of last year, that riot. And we think happened back. President Biono be in the country, and we come, I don't get one respect for this man where they can call Alpha Khan. Alpha Khan, they now like make public statement, say a better way President Bill come because the people use that protest for overthrow. And that's not lie. I not go afraid or scared for even saying a lie. So, given that, and in fact, Amnesty International also confirms in a lie. So, how people can overthrow with all them bodyguard in there with stones? And for no more like the teen had up, they even put picture, say wanted somebody of somebody we don't die, Nigerian rapper, a all gone. Say that person they wanted and a part of the people them will cause havoc na the country in the form of a protest. So given all them thing in there, now they say that they come up with this. So you go kind of wonder and say, okay, not a continuation of waiting and we start doing the first term. Let pause there with that question there, okay? And let I play the video and then I will come back and continue with this discussion. I get other things then for talk about though, but this one, I know all time beat me. I want to let we all exhaust them because it's very important for the country in well-being, for the country in peace and tranquility. Because if the administration they make up stuff, and they say they make them up, I just they say given history, if they make up stuff just for maybe arrest people away and feel threatened by, that's not good for the country. So I will come right back and let we all watch this video and then I go open the phone line again. Let we discuss some and I will encourage you we all for let we share and let we not shy away from this. I know say some people are waiting at the country, they're not get mind for say all waiting at they say so. But dear, we were there outside. Let we discuss let we forget about party. Because whether you know APC or SLPP or any other party, if Salone puel for we all, and we all get fumble and day. We know say violence in bullets near the peak. So let we not allow the administration or the opposition or for let them push that country they back into the brink of war. I go tap there for now and I go come right back after this. Me fumble them.
Hello folks, welcome back. This is Spoon TV Live coming to you this time around from the grounds of the Temple of Justice. Previously we were at the headquarters of the Liberian National Police, which is just some feet away from here. But there has been some new developments. As we told you earlier, we've got the information that the former chief superintendent of the Sierra Leone Police, Mohamed Toure, who was dismissed, he was dismissed in 2020 by President Julius Maada Bio, amongst others who were dismissed and others resigned as well. And as of last week, the Sierra Leonean police released a statement saying they had arrested some top members of the military and others who were allegedly involved in a coup attempt in Sierra Leone. Well, what we can tell you is the former chief superintendent of the Sierra Leone police, Mohamed Toure, has been kept in custody by the Liberian authorities reportedly since Friday of last week. Now, the development here is we did see up to 5 top-ranking members of the Sierra Leonean military making their entry into the headquarters of the Liberian National Police. Now, what they've done is they've now presented papers to the courts here on Capitol Hill, here on the grounds of the Temple of Justice. They've presented papers, and what we can presume is those papers are papers to have Mohamed Toure extradited to Sierra Leone. We've been given reports that he's been named allegedly as the mastermind, the head of that attempted coup plot there in Sierra Leone. That is what we've been told by some sources, and that has not been confirmed. But what we can tell you, confirmed information we can tell you is Sierra Leonean military personnel, one at Dead Sea with 3 stars as a general, made their way there into the courthouse to get him extradited to Sierra Leone. Whether or not that is going to happen, we'll remain here to bring you all of that. And what happened was, as we were going live, one of our reporters, Haji Masale, was chased after by a Sierra Leonean military officer. He was questioning why were we recording what they are doing. That's one of the reasons we did go off with the first live podcast that we were doing. We had to let them know that this is a case of national interest, and what we're doing is just doing our jobs. So that led to some argument, but thankfully nothing happened to Haji, and that matter was resolved. So we will be telling you exactly what's unfolding here on the grounds of the Temple of Justice. Remember, Sierra Leone said through their police force that they are perpetrating allegedly against the and wanted to use the 7th and 10th of August protest as a means of unleashing violence in the country to dispose of the president who was just elected in June of this year, President Julius Maada. What happened in Niger, what happened in Burkina Faso, Mali, and one of our neighbors in Israel. The number of attempted successful here in the West African region. So Nigeria is playing a very pivotal role in this particular case. We want to speak to a seasoned reporter.
Okay. It's an okay effort.
Okay. So I want to speak to her. Still trying to get her process to speak to her.
So the mag is off.
As well.
The mag is off.
Hello folks, so please let us know if you getting a sound. This stuff is so please let us know the quality of the sound. Please let us know the quality of the sound. Let us know the sound quality. We apologize for that technical glitch. We having it sorted out, so please let us know the quality of the sound. Just comment and let us know how good the sound quality is, and so that we can continue this live podcast. So we're here on the grounds of the Temple of Justice here on Capitol Hill. My name is Diamond Slanger. I'm here with Haji Masale and Aaron Kuban. We're following a very, very interesting story that is a developing story here in Liberia. Claims that the former chief superintendent of the Sierra Leonean police has been arrested in Liberia since Friday, reportedly on the orders of Sierra Leonean President Julius Maada Bio. What we've been told since we arrived here on the grounds of the Temple of Justice, speaking to some sources, is that Mr. Mohamed Toure, who served as the chief superintendent of the Sierra Leonean National Police until he was dismissed in 2020 and has been residing in Liberia since March of 2022, he's been touted as the lead mastermind of the attempted coup plot there in Sierra Leone. That's what we've been told. These are all allegations as they stand, but what we can confirm to you is that inside these court rooms, there are many courts and offices within this particular building. So inside this building, we did see about 5 top-ranking members of the Sierra Leonean military. A civilian had a file in his hand, and what we've been informed of is that they have gone to file with the Liberian justice system through the courts papers to have Mr. Mohamed Toure extradited to Sierra Leone. That is their mention here. His family members have said since Friday they've been denied access to him. One of his family members, who said she did not want to be named, did say that she was denied visiting him and giving him food as well. The family of Mr. Toure are alleging that the Liberian government arrested him with little to no evidence whatsoever. They only acted based on a request of the Sierra Leonean government through their President Julius Maada Bio. But folks, will remain posted here. We'll bring you all of what is unfolding here on the grounds of the Temple of Justice. Whether Mr. Mohamed Toure will be sent back to Sierra Leone, that is the question. Whether those papers that were being carried by the Sierra Leonean military officers who we earlier showed you arrived on board a white SUV with plate number 5CD10, whether or not those papers being filed by them will be granted by the justice system here in Liberia, and based on what grounds will they be granted the rights to take him back to Sierra Leone, or denied the rights to take him back to Sierra Leone? We will remain right here to keep you posted. In August of last year, Haji, Sierra Leone did witness a wave of protest around August 2020. That's the 22nd of August last year. 27 persons were reportedly killed in those violent waves of protest. They had election in June, of this year, where President Julius Maada Bio was
Okay, Fambulem, let's just tap there because that's the way that they make another own opinion. So somebody be the try for call. I go encourage that person they for call back. Boku tin them. I want for ye waiting una they think. How una assess this? The last part of the report, the reporter say Mr. Toure in people them, they not allow them for go see him, for even care go food for him. On a member, this person now suspect. They're not found guilty yet. They're not found guilty yet. Now suspect. So waiting happen with you get for presume the person innocent until found guilty. I can understand Liberia they in a very difficult situation by this, because the two way they go on right now, like waiting happen na Niger, and waiting be don't happen na Guinea Conakry, and then Mali, and then Burkina Faso. So all the military takeovers then they. So in Salone now we border they share with Guinea and Liberia. So if Guinea don't they under military regime junta, and then Salone this kind of thing they happen, I can understand say a tough situation for the Liberian government. So however, according to the UN Charter, where Salone and Liberia then be part of it, then get for maintain Mr. Toure in fundamental human right. So, but that treatment they a TINA report, and sadly or unfortunately, we own government not put up anything it for to the best of my knowledge. They not put out anything. And I don't know why we forget the report here from Liberia journalist. And where it don't come out so, I be the feel say the government or Salone people and that responsibility there, or that respect there, for tell we waiting they go on, for let we get the own side of the story. But that's not the case. Me fumble them, now some of them things here I feel say we need for discuss. Again, the phone lines they're open. Let we discuss this issue. Because we not suppose for the play the game of try and error. Say, well, I'll try this approach, sometimes go work. We get for make sure say if we do certain things them, we don't dot all the I's and cross all the T's them for make sure say if the mistake, that mistake they no go come for haunt the country. So but to me it look like say the administration so desperate. Well, I pause here and take a call. VS Network. Hello caller. Waiting are your name and who say the call from, please?
Hello, Mr. Cargo. This is Abdullah, the call from New Jersey, US.
Hello, Mr. Abdullah. Thank you so much for where you call. And what are you take on any of the issues them, either the one I just report or any issue at all?
The first one, the one where you just report on, I think I listened, you say the Sierra Leone government now put up anything, especially in the form of how we get them from the Liberian side. Yeah, actually, the Sierra Leone police may get they may get a press, not a conference actually, a press statement they issue, because the person we issued that statement then at the police headquarters states categorically clear, say they don't even allow members of the press or anybody for ask questions because the matter they under investigation.
So this incident in Liberia specifically?
Yeah, no,
okay.
Not to that, not to the entire incident in Liberia, but this is the way we then put them. We make a decide with you in the manner in which you explain them. Then get a press statement. We want they not allow anybody for ask questions, and the only thing we're similar from what we get from the Liberian side journalists and from that press conference where they mention of a former police superintendent.
Yes.
When one of the 16 people in total were they under arrest. But for just justify what you say and for me more sense that the fact say even lawyer Soi Senge when they are TV or radio or listen to an interview, it makes very clear, just like what you say, this man they're not find him guilty, now a suspect. And the law, international as well as local, guarantee them, rights them. We already, the Sierra Leone government might claim say they're under the custody. We still also they're in the air because on the Liberian side, up to what it talks to, they say they're under the Liberian custody. If the Sierra Leone police say they're under the custody. So this lawyer been get a concern say, even if not the highest crime, we're not treason, this person, until them proven guilty, is still get right for see a lawyer, is still get right for talk to a lawyer. And they're not for question on anything in the absence of a lawyer. So we think they make this very clear. So if up to this point, we then mention a former superintendent, it might not be Mr. Toure, as the Liberian journalist clearly for that state, but mention say now former, one of the people that were there, I think a total of 16, if I remember well, one former police superintendent, but they don't mention them by name. And up to this point, where they talk so, they don't get access in the lawyer. So we now one person with them contact, they don't make request, they deny them. They're not able to give them access to this person. So right from this word go, if not true say it in the Sierra Leone government in custody, they don't begin to violate the person in human rights. And like you rightly said for that end my point, people then go say, oh, this, that. Most of the time, oh, they listen, including this platform. You get people all the time where they even outside, they say, oh, APC now, so we will deal with them. We will control them. We will do this, we will do that. I don't always say, let people they not feel say how the situation they today and I say they continue forever. So if it be say, this government, now the first time, the first 5 years, I been get all guarantees say President Bio, if we just do the right thing for me succeed. There was no reason why not for me succeed. All the problems that we make are difficult for us, we make are unpopular, and because it shifts the focus from what the people in the country actually need to something way personal that for eliminate in opposition, which is bad in this century, in this day today, not to the 60s or the 70s. So if not that's not the purpose of all of this alleged plot, coup or coup plot, whatever it is, because now Salone, when they say coup, I don't know if they fit something a simple rally when they talk about. You talk about coup, people plotting coup, and I get intelligence.
Yes.
Don't even give access to the lawyers then. Let them give information to the public. That not in any way they jeopardize the investigation. You
Yes.
get limits, and
Yes.
everybody know that. But they present a case to the public as if, oh, there's nothing what for be discussed about this matter. Where Now, just the usual way for go against for persecute you intended enemy or opposition. So this not good for a country, like you say. I just be want to make that addition to what you say. Thank you very much. I will continue to follow the program.
Wonderful, and thank you so much, brother Sise Abdullahi. We you brought us that points there. Please call back and let we give other people a chance. Thank you very
Sure.
much. And again, one for tell we brother because as always, it can make valid points them. And as a result of that, I just want to go back to that aspect. Yes, by profession, me not a lawyer, but at the same time, the United Nation Convention, like the we get human right laws them around the world globally, we they're applicable because Salone sign then call land a treaty. So Salone sign say yes, then we self go be part of that. We self go maintain all the things them within that convention day. Let me take a call and then we will continue. VOS network, hello caller. Waiting on your name and you say the call from, please.
My name is Ali Mamitori. I call from. Sorry, the sound not.
You get me? Because who they get you loud and
Yes.
clear.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Okay. So my concern is because I don't dey follow this issue with Haiti from Liberia, and I don't dey follow another videos and also um Spoon TV in the show.
Yes,
We
yes.
don't see where we see the human rights chairman where the interview where they talk about the issue with the right now at hand, and I understand say Liberia with Sierra Leone not get extradition agreement because he even explain about one activist where be they give problem na Liberia where we see some years back we pass through Sierra Leone where Liberia request so that Sierra Leone government go send them go back to Liberia. And we see Raman Soare come out and na television talk say Sierra Leone is a sovereign state in no other country go cancel them or dictate to them what them for do. So we see at the end of the day that man the left arm and the man go in continuing journey. So now it's don't go Liberia from 2020 from where then Sakam. Now
Yeah.
we see say now they don't put this allegation against something and at the head of coup with them be done with the done plot. So my concern is what Liberia is going to do. Is Liberia going to give this man back to Sierra Leone? Because if there's no extradition, how this is going to be? What is the right for this man?
Well, that's a very good question, and that's make want for bring come to people attention, and probably we a lawyer, we're a lawyer Shilon, maybe on Sunday we go try for ask him that. But clearly, I make him say, not difficult situation for Liberia as well, and especially waiting
Exactly.
they go on right now. Now the
Yeah.
West Africa region because it's very scary for like we dey go
Really.
back to military coup and then kind thing and they
Yeah.
suppose for the way behind we. But we see say
Exactly.
that thing they come back for hunt the region. But la allow you for
Mm.
let you finish your thoughts and then I will continue with the program.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and now come back to within the happen now Sierra Leone, and we don't see the issue of this election and all. We see how the government take power or continue within power. So we see that they fight with this legitimacy problem, and now we don't we understand say Sierra Leone You know, the skills, um the problem with we Sierra Leonean is whenever things they happen, we always they find another things where they cover up waiting we get at hand in a sense that we they push the attention of the real situation where we get at hand.
Yes.
So make her not take other people into that, make her just stop here for now. Thank you very
Okay.
much, sir.
You're welcome, and thank you very much also for where you call. So please listen, continue for listen to we, and we will take calls them as we dey go along, because this show tonight I want to be about we all the una self rob mouth as to waiting they go on at the country, because as I say, then development here they're very troubling. They're very, very troubling. The politicians, them at times, they can don't goof, and then the consequence go to the people them. We know eat, do not drink, and I then get for check. Because for the politicians them, where something happen, it's easy for let they run and left the country. And then una now within the country, we not get any means for escape. Now una get for face the like all the mistakes them now make we the advocate say that situation whereby then go they try something that try and error, not a good way for run a country at all. You get for very much sure. So let's take another call. VOS network, hello caller, waiting your name and who side the call from, please. Yeah, go ahead. Who side the call
I
from?
expect of from Sierra Leone.
Okay, go ahead, thank you.
I expect of um Mr. Mohammed to await the arrest.
Yes.
Like when the caller can tell say the IG said that they in custody. If the Liberian government don't hand over that mandate without due process, they no act badly. And normal we ignore them in particular actually. They are let's say coup day, but with the public, they say they under investigation and say they will make coup. Because if you say coup, now we don't do investigation, you charge person in own accord. Then if the person not in hand and after them they make warrant for them. You know, this is the that mandate in Fambule. I will take this down at ECOWAS court. This overreach, the judicial overreach, the lack of protection, that mandate, then Saka goes to the other. You know, I hope say waiting the head of police to say there, not to say don't leave. But if they don't hand over the Liberian government, they don't act properly. And it's highly possible to they don't hand over the man through interpersonal relationship. Because if they're gonna court, they later understand about extradition, we do not charge the marriage na Salone. All the people wey they are like to they make cool na Salone, nobody do not charge you. You know, some of them matter there, in this country, we sit down, we take a wait to say, I'm afraid, you know, past 10 years for it, we always for on our way. You know, no protection, just overnight, sometimes me sef, sometimes I talk this talk what I talk, somebody listen I try to track me. Is that how we want to make this country be? You know, we sense of morality per Sierra Leone and of what is right and what is wrong. We all are just hypocrites no more. You know, what is thing, I am not a victim, let them try it, you know. So me and the other issue, I see una don give Mohammed Bango a platform on the
Yes.
decision. They are still una dey give back something platform. I see similarly the one they will take the opposite step of not going. Una try to understand the rationale.
Well,
People dem
uh,
dey wey
and,
be their
and,
member of
and,
parliament.
and not cut you what, my brother. We don't bring Abdul Kagbo back, waiting at the
Okay,
opposite side. Yeah, if we
okay.
don't appear.
Una bring other people dem back. you know,
We dey try. We dey
because
try for do
they wanna
that.
try make you understand the rationale. Because me I lis ten frankly Mr. Thompson this morning, I lis ten radio. I lis ten Mohammed Bangura, you know, I lis ten I think say the party for expel am for simple reason. He sef admit say he dem submit RRF form, their own RRF form wey according to their own counting wey na NEC RRF form na receipt wey NEC give na 9,000 SLP to get then next say na 19,000. Mohammed Bangura is not doing for national interest. Even all the 54 MP dem go. SLPP will do wetin dem want. Na so the last parliament delete am. Let's face this. There is
Oh,
nothing you can do. You understand? The last parliament is clear. There are things wey they oppose. At the end of the day, the government will do wetin e want. There
okay.
were fights, there were committees.
Yeah, unfortunately, your time done. I will encourage you for a call back because we not hold up the line for too long. Other people
Okay,
and
no
probably the
problem.
wait.
No
Yeah.
problem, sir.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
sir.
Mohammed Bangura issue, maybe, unfortunately, we don't deal with them, but you can call me back. I don't mind for Rob Motbanam a little bit. So thank you, my brother, for your call, and please continue for watch Voice of Salone Network. And Fambulem, as we dey get the calls them, I be the display on our comments them, and Baku people don't give comments, and so somebody say the Liberian government has already given the man to the Sierra Leone government, my brother. Few Sierra Leone soldiers, men than was in Liberia to pick up the man. So again, this now something we like I say a very troubling. So I want to go back to the press release. Let I set me let I build me case. The press release where the police pull out. And I want to go back to them and read them now small small. Let we get full understanding of it. So this side where they na the screen so this side. Now I want for like una pay particular attention. So the talk say they arrest the people them lag up small. Okay. So then talk say according to this press release, then get information, say when based on the intelligence and everything, say people that want create havoc in the country. So they say based on that, they arrest several people them. And they'll use the word suspects. And then say them people that they assist the police for investigate. But look aside, look the other interesting thing though, me fumble them. Say the preliminary investigations have revealed that these individuals plan to use purported peaceful protests between 7th to 10th August 2023. So that's not that part they want for Leona highlight. The last time where people let me they do put where they want to do protest, social it be there all over social media. So how come they say peaceful protest? So meaning that the protest peaceful, say the protest for be peaceful. The time they release the press release, not the 31st. So they say between the 7th and the 10th. So meaning in less than 2 weeks. So if the police then give them that thing, and then they don't get no indication, like as I say, the public not even aware of any upcoming protest, especially when they say peaceful. So the question now is how somebody, if not peaceful protest, because the last time the military, now the government called the military people them for assist the police so they go control the people of the protest. Remember, the government called the military. So if the government not call the military and they send a peaceful protest, Fumble them based on waiting and say the people already investigate, talk about this. So meaning that the people can confess in another way. Now this I mean. So then confess and say, okay, well, one for do this and all that thing and the. But look at the logic. How much sense this make? A peaceful protest, and we don't even know if the police for begin clearance or not. And police, if in a peaceful protest, police not intend for say then go call the army because if the protest peaceful. So if any military person or did how them people are go just use the protest were peaceful and carry weapon where not to the police invite them, not to the government call them for go assist. Would other go stupidly go try for attack in that environment day? A peaceful protest, you all gun or weapon. They're not going to easily identify you with their weapons then they. So again, let me use common sense, me fumble them. Let me use common sense. This press release not make one sense at all. One sense. Where then talk about somebody, the people that were they arrest, then say protest, peaceful protest, then plan peaceful protest between the 7th and the 10th. Peaceful protest where all the protests them we can don't hear about them on social media and you will hear the people and where then talk about say the diaspora they're also involved. You could don't hear that on social media. They're not hide at all. And the reason where one of the reasons we make to me, I feel say this whole thing is very troubling because something similar will not happen. So I don't know if that amateurish way where they will try for the government, the former BO, the first term, it try for use that people then protest and say tin trianga and definitely tin be trianga. But what they then do, then turn that thing around, even though BBC, CNN, and we also see that the Human Rights Commission, Amnesty International, I should say, Amnesty International, then do their own investigation, and CNN do their own investigation. All the investigations then they show say police and the military they be they fire live bullet and waiting them people and see now stones them the civilians they use. So tell me how it stones them, therefore able overthrow the government. Unpatriotic people are like Alpha Khan say na coup, attempted coup, and you get some other people that will be they say na attempted coup. So now they don't come with some similar pattern. Say they intend for use protest. So meaning that they want go back for justify waiting and be do or say during that August 10 protest. And then put them back like say the August 10 now a symbolic time nandy. Hey, but me fumble them. And again, he say policeman na the mastermind and all that stuff then they why una not tell we say mastermind and all that about weapon. Yes, una say the investigation they on. But guess what? Now advanced country, civilized country. I go put another way there. Now civilized country, democratic country. You get for brief the public. You know, go just say you know go into detail where go probably influence the decision. I mean the investigation, but you get for make the Salone people them understand at least like a sort of where you go say skeleton. The people their names, yes, now suspects them, but okay, forget out their names. For publish something and some evidence if they catch them with weapon and all that stuff then the public need for know You know, they just come no more say, okay, well, according to our investigation, this person, the people that we not all we not all arrest, they don't begin talk. And some of the things that we then say they want for use a peaceful demonstration for cause havoc na the country. That's hard for convince. It hard for let somebody convince. So me fumble them. Another thing where we all they say this. If President Bill a try for use the strategy and feel say now for do a divide and conquer when now all archaic style of politicking, then they not get for work this time because social media and even the salon people them they're very very much matured. Now let's make you hardly you read and gonna tweet and they say, oh, then make cool and all that stuff. Then they make them in a fancy way where the press release not talk about attempted coup. So now with this, it feels say it will distract people them for let we forget about the ECSL, the terrible nature where they conduct where they go about with the result. They feel say now strategy that so let we do something for like we get international empathy, international support because could not be something where they then go condone. So now the strategy that to this administration. And the other thing though, the other question where I get, we all be they grow up. We know say even here, anything we get for do with the military, like them people that would say military officers and stuff, why they not involve the military police? Why not ordinary police? The SLP, Sierra Leone police, now then for make the arrest, they now then for deal with the case. We know say even abroad now, yeah, America, like one case about one military person where be they give sensitive classified information. Now the military trial. So we get the military for take care of their own people them. Not a police for do that investigation day. So why the military police not take over? So you know you get boku questions on this. But let I continue for go again. The lines they're open. Let I continue for display on our comments them and where I go try for read some of the comments them. So again, Robert Cargo, thank you so much. And now, for say Boku, thank you for una join. And I know say yes, Robert, you say the door hand over the guy already, and thank you for that. Where you make him known to we all. So the other aspect is say back. This again, I'm not going to say I agree with that, but again, Salone, the way we presidents be desperate so forget recognition, especially the second term. It can do anything, and that also is something way for trouble Sierra Leoneans them. So, Robert, you say money was paid to the Liberian police. Their behavior can show it clearly. I know say you said a speculation, so I'm not going to dive too much into it. Sure. Thank you so much as always. So, not everything needs to be politicized. 100% I agree with you. This is a lot we don't know about the arrest and the circumstance surrounding this allegation coup plot. This should not be given the attention that is given. Well, na serious case though, my brother. So yes, we supposed to give him great attention though, great attention. And Christiana, Commander, you say foolish talk. I don't know really, who that's not way they talk foolish talk. And Carrie Chigan, all in say serious talk. Well, again, I want to tell una thank you. Whether una disagree with me or not, I want to tell una plenty thank you. Another thing where I want for I want to digress a little bit. Last program where I be dey watch Mr. Shilon one of we regular callers and make a statement because I always can say severally I don't say that now this platform say aside from former Prime Minister, the late may his soul rest in perfect peace, Sam Milton Magai, aside from him, from waiting I read, all the leaders them after him, they're all not a good leaders them. Corruption in one way or the other, for the most part. So I just want for RDS because for like I make a statement like that, I not back them up with reason for doing that. I believe say maybe now some of the reasons that we make that brother they challenge me according to them is say multiple guy na in start this whole mess with Salone Depa. But let again, this is not a full history of Milton Magai, but I just want for share with Salone people them where maybe they don't know much about Milton Magai. But this is not just a brief history no more of that wonderful man day, where to me, every Sierra Leone, in my opinion, for proud of Milton Magai. Let I show now just small history. Let I read this. Okay. It's just short history. On April 27th, 1961, 65-year-old Sir Milton Augustus Magai led Sierra Leone to independence from the United Kingdom. The nation held its first general elections on May 27th, 1962, and Magai was elected Sierra Leone's first prime minister by a landslide. As prime minister, now this side I want to let on pay particular attention to. As prime minister, Magai fostered good relations with the British and other Western nations. He tried to unify the new county by having people from throughout Sierra Leone serve in his administration and the military. This alone, who's president after Milton Magai, we don't do that. Where he try for include people all over the country for serve not only administration but the military as a way for unite the country. We all know say he and Sheki get issue as to Sheki in say a one time for like we do election before independence, but Samuel Timagai say no, people are for free, and with that freedom we conduct election. So my brother, this I go give you back another additional things then. This now one thing, whose president don't do that? We take people regardless of your tribe, religion or whatnot. Say for like we get a sort of inclusive government na Salone. And not only the government, but in the military. Where the military now then get for protect we. Let's show you another thing where I really admire about Samuel Timagai. To me, now a true patriot. Okay, we get a call. Let me take this call and then I will come right back. VS Network. Hello caller. What's your name and who say they call from, please?
Don't call, but I just want you the last time
Mm-hmm.
you be talk about I hear you talk about Miltimaya, but if you talk about this proportional representation, the
Yes.
mathematical inconsistency.
Yes.
The proportional, I want make you make a whole issue about that, but well research again. Because I want
Okay.
guy introduce him, one of the proponents of him, we don't cause a lot of damage, we then call Andrew Lavalley of IGR, and I then push this thing forward. And now what we see, least populated districts proportionally get more seats, whilst populated districts then get less seats. Then bring that mathematical inconsistency. It was just at the discretion of how, when you say proportional, let me try for do am for make how the percentage reflects how we vote. because sometimes in first past the post, somebody can get 35%, but if there are many candidates there, na in get the highest, na in win. Where
Yeah.
65% not vote for am.
Yes.
But country anyway introduce am, it was chaotic in interpretation. The formula na you be the
Yes. And I know say you really did try for push me back to programs they were don't do. Unfortunately, they get a little bit of connection issue. Um, well, anyway, call we back because I see say your connection they get issue. But call we back, please, I mean, brother. So yes, I mean, they talk about Samilton, my guy, and saying to me, I go call him the unifier. I go call him a true patriot of the country. And I go show now back other things them way for make Milty Magai a name na history. We all for proud of him. This not just I dey digress a little bit. Last show now another thing we make. I really, from waiting I read, I love this man. I love Milty Magai. This side say Magai returned to Sierra Leone in 1928 after earning his medical degree and enjoyed an exceptional career in the colonial medical service. So now this other part, he served in 11 of 12 districts in the protectorate. He waged informational campaigns on social welfare and hygiene. That's not true patriot. By the way, people that we don't read my guy in history, not Albert, but Milton. Them come up from wealthy family, and he attend prestigious school. Na Salone, go FBC, and then go na UK, who attend prestigious university as well. And he became the first medical doctor, established medical doctor na Salone. But what did he do? He work na different districts them. So that kind person they, to me, they not come and make proud because that he be wealthy businessman, and he don't educate this way. But the interesting thing is, a campaign for people and welfare. And let us show now another aspect we make really impressed by what in Milton Magai do. A kind of health reform. Magai trained healthcare workers to instruct female community leaders in the Mende women's religion, the Sandi. The Sandi religion served as a facilitation system of practical knowledge about midwifery, passed down by generations of women in the region. And this not the side way I want for Leona pay particular attention. This is what they can read. In 1948, Magai wrote an article for African Affairs entitled Welfare Work in a Secret Society, in which it discusses its successes in establishing a series of training camps which taught hygiene and domestic skills to young female Sandi initiatives. In the article, Magai states, and then quote him directly from the article there, it is simply natural that such a society, when correctly approached, will not be very much adverse to the idea of infusing in its teaching a correct or more up-to-date information on the subject it has been trying to teach, provided it does not interfere or expose the secrets of the society. So me fumble them. Una tell me from Sheki, I know they count the military leaders then because in my opinion, the military regime are the worst form of regime. Because any regime where somebody go suspend your liberty when are through the constitution, suspend the constitution and take away your liberty, na horrible regime landed. So now I make an offer waste me time for talk about the military regime. I want to concentrate on the civilian folks there. So let's read the last part of my guy and then I will talk a little bit about all the other one them going down after Milton Magai. So working in concert with local women's group, Magai helped introduce health and hygiene training into puberty initiation ceremonies. He also trained midwives and was the author of an instruction manual on midwifery in the Mende language. Oh my goodness, we're all for proud of this man. In the Mende language, the women whom Magai trained became known as mama nurses and were respected for their prowess in midwifery due to Magai's training. Nothing not show say Samuel T. Magai was selfish. Nothing not show say he do all that for enrich himself. He come up from a wealthy family. But he go down and even advocates say, you know what, them people here, this English, they're not going to understand the training what they give them. So he writes a manual in the local dialect. I wish every iconic somebody will know their language very well go do something similar. Imagine if na Magai be still, let's say, they right now. Maybe if we go down that way we dey try for advocate. So for let people able articulate themselves properly in a parliament, why do not go do the debate per Creole? So people can be fluent. Look what in Magai do, Milton Magai. Milton Magai go down to that level there. He writes the instructions per language where people can able understand. And not come like we brothers there now, where then go talk about PhD, call themselves professor and all that. Where they use that for confuse and manipulate the system for enrich themselves. And then result in the Salone people for be in abject poverty. So my brother, this is not just small aspect of Milton Magai. Sam Milton Magai. Every Sierra Leonean for proud of that man. The first thing we are show, it's try for unite the country and make sure say throughout Salone in government be inclusive. And it not only tap on by the government, it go back to the military, extend them to the military. Then we come to Sheki. What does Sheki do? It divide the country. It bring equity. We not just Limba people. No offense to me Limba brothers and sisters. And what did it do? It gets two vice at that time. Kamara Taylor and S.I. Koroma. And because of want for be accountable, a pass and give Momo. Momo continue with equity. Where we all know in a tribal thing now one day, the equity. I don't know what it mean, but we all know say a very, very tribal. Continue for divide people them. And then after Momo, we then take over. Stiasa take over. And then Mother be like, I say, I don't go too deep. But I just want for set the record straight. Una go na VOS and una watch the speech where one of the speeches where former President Kaba in a United Nations about President Bio. Where President Bio they claim say in are the father of democracy. According to Kaba, President Kaba make it clear. Say President Bio take over for derail the election. And waiting it try for do is say similar to waiting Sheki and Milty Magabi they go through. So Madabio take over and it say peace before election. So it just happens to the international pressure now. It get forgiven. And according to Tijan Kaba, President Bio, according to Tijan Kaba, not to miss it. When I go back and watch that speech day, Tijan Kaba make it clear. Say President Bio be part of the people them will be they disrupt the provinces, use the military folks them for intimidate people them so then go afraid and maybe push for peace before election. President Bio where they claim say in the father of the modern democracy in the country. So let's go back to Kaba. I don't come up from Momo. So President Kaba, plenty people them, they say, oh, Kaba not corrupt, Kaba, but when I look at the corruption index, when I go get answer to that. In modern times, during Kaba time, the corruption index be there at its lowest level. Not by magic, we invite Kuruma, former President Kuruma. Now that he campaign against them, against the vice. A campaign on corruption. When I go back and look history. So Kaba in government be corrupt. And Kaba in government, it be so divisive that he even try for make the Kamajors them get more power than the Salone military. So then they not evidence of dividing the country. I'm not gonna go too deep, but I just they try for make the case. Why I say, aside from the Milty Magai, Sam Milty Magai, oh I forget I skip Albert Magai. Albert Magai, of course, the infamous thing where people know him for that 1965 Public Order Act where President Bio repeal. Usai pull all that wealth. Usai Neskoma pull all the wealth where get so many houses them. And look what he do. We all know now the thing we don't know about the saga between he and the former vice president Sam Ansumana. He manipulates the constitution for his selfish gain. And I always can say Sam Ansumana that side I go get and kudos for way cause for like kata Canada country day. Because the ECOWAS court clearly say not to rightful dismissal. So then for reinstate them. Somebody we're not peaceful. If we don't push enough for mind, let the country slip into war. Go say, okay, well I get ECOWAS court, will back me up. But he not do them. And it's Kuruma. We want to push the country in that kind of situation there. And then the other thing where he do, where he very clear. See, it's a very divisive. Again, when they say na SLPP, na allegation, but it's very clear that you will get a lot more northerners na administration. Not to like the fine example where Samuel Timagai be do. No. And Escoma be very divisive. And of course, one thing where I really not get much respect for him. I go take Sam Ansumana in word, he allege. But where he say, and Escoma say, he go kill anybody where they go team up na in way. And then he pour champagne in grave. A state person for say that. And then look again what he do. in the history of Salone, after we don't get established 12 districts. It manipulates the whole thing, waiting at the reason, but land need to grow. For say, oh, the land don't become bigger. So for reshape am. No. At the same land Salone beget, the same, but it make a new boundary and call them two districts, Karine and Falaba. Just for kind of manipulate the system. So me fumble when I see the politicians, they want to kill on us for. This is not just short history. Of course, President Bio, it just reminds me so much of Momo. The difference no more is because him at this point now able come out clearly and tell Sierra Leoneans then say it don't fail the nation. But President Bio, it claim say in first term, it do all waiting be shown in manifesto. But look the struggle where people and they go through. And then people then come out protest. You call them terrorists? And then outrightly, you say you get Boku Mende people them or Southeasterners because you feel more comfortable with them. This now sober president, now president we're going to unite the country. And look what they do now. But let me forget about APC. But for the sake say, the international community don't say the way how they conduct the result, how they tabulate the result, is fishy. If you know somebody where will unite the country, give APC the benefit of the doubt and make some of we come after APC and say they want to derail the country in peace. Urge Kone, let it publish the results. If you sure, say you win fairly. A ball waiting there for hide if you win. The numbers are the numbers. If the numbers that you say then correct, why you for drag the country where you say you love, and you say you're not the father of democracy will not be true. Now democracy you they derail so not the country, and now we they drive we but people attempted coup and all that. One for create more instability in the country. With this now simple way for resolve this issue. Very simple way. Ask Kone. Make public announcement. And let Kone now say na they do am. And then we know say yes, you don't pull it. Yes, you want a peaceful end to this. But instead you they call for dialogue. Prince Hardin they say for big APC. Why then for big APC? They no business for big APC. This is not about APC. What about we, the Sierra Leoneans, them? We want for no, the one that will vote. Want for no, say yes, then votes be counted, or then votes go to the right person. Why you not do that? And the ECSL, they talk about best practice. Why international best practice? Ebo, and the worst case, the worst thing I wouldn't do. The previous results, the results of previous years, where you go see which the by presidential candidates, and you see the district, let you see then disaggregated, and they yes not by polling station, but some they even get to district level, and then you go see Usai certain candidates do well and all that. They don't pull them on the website. For let we now use that and say, Bo, why you not go at least post the similar results as if it happened in the previous elections? And then President Bill, you go around and they claim for represent Sierra Leone. You they disgrace we. Say you now win fair election. Because otherwise, why you for big APC? Why? If you win the election, why you for big APC? Why you not just do what they ask for? And let we now the independent people for dump by APC and say, Bo, who don't pull the result. The international community, they don't compare the result we then publish with the RRF form we so then get. And they don't make a statement, say Italy. If the international body say they're satisfied with the result as they request, by polling station, Ebo President Bill, that is not sufficient for legitimize you election. But no, you make like it not happen. You make like the country there in dilemma, and then they say for go break them. I don't want, and I don't me not even want this election for result in sharing of power, because that day by itself go undermine the people that will vote for SLPP because they want SLPP win. I mean SLPP rule. So the same thing again. If now APC win, the people that want the party where them put in power, let it rule the country. Why they go big APC? So that's the show clearly. Say win the election. Again, now implication it imply. Say win the election fairly. Because otherwise, this is something very simple. And ECSL making clear. Say them get the numbers. The disaggregated numbers. But yet we know one day any SLPP strong person will go come and say then go urge ECSL for publish the result. Instead, they make excuses as to why ECSL not for publish the result. Or the constitution. But the constitution now denies the fact say ECSL not for publish disaggregated result. As much as they specifically now the same way so specifically kind of disregard that aspect, the Constitution or the Public Elections Act, and not show them clearly say ECSL not for publish disaggregated result. So if because when they claim say yes, I don't say they specifically say the ECSL for publish disaggregated result, then say for publish results. But at the same time, the act not say they're not for publish disaggregated result. And that come now to me, APC brothers and sisters. Una self don't put the country now this situation we will defend with self on edge. To some extent, I go say, they hold the country to ransom. They make people not because people are not know waiting on our next move. And that part of the politics is not supposed to be secret, not a secret society at all. Not a secret society. So because una not go the legal way, and shame on una. For like una as parliamentarians, una say una not believe in the court system. So if una say una not believe in the court system, but yet una be the parliament, una not try for fix that system. Shame on una. And what a disgrace. Because imagine a foreigner get issue with a Sierra Leone person, who side they go na court. Then parliamentarians them, a huge party like APC, say they not believe in the court system. Because if una be go court with the pressure of the international body, probably for we don't see end game to this una shenanigan. And now, una they see how messy things they become. Another person on break. So two members there now. Where to me, a very clear say now they're selfish desire. But the question now is, if they're not selfish, how they go feed their family? Or they're not able to provide for them. So then for just this so, they're not able to get money for take care of their family. So una make this whole thing messy and gag the Salone people them to una mess, una selfishness. So if the court not credible, una able sue. In addition to the court, na Salone, una go na ECOWAS court, una go international. Let the international community put pressure on the judiciary. Because the judiciary then still gets name for protect. It's very easy, for example, if the US they are on our side, and put pressure on the judiciary and say if they're not handle the thing justly, the issue justly, then go ban them from traveling into US, Europe, and the other continent. I bet you then go do them. Why una feel say Kenya then do them? Una feel say the judiciary just cut out no more? No, it must be send a pressure from the international community for let them rule against the sitting president. Then do an Malawi is successful. In fact, where they do the rerun, the opposition end up for win the presidential election. So now not take the examples then they and say this now unique case. And besides, una get the international community on una side. But yet una decide for go a route where tobacco people, including myself, not make sense at all. Also, una go resolve them. One of una demands, una they talk about in 6 months, then for do a rerun. Una go call for that rerun day, if not to the court. The court will not say una not believe. So how the court go twist around and say una do rerun when nobody not bring case to them? So my brothers and sisters, I will repeat this. Aside from Milton Magai, a terrible leaders then got on Giwi. From Albert Magai now taken to President Bill. Terrible leaders them. Very selfish, corrupt. And I get the proof for Backham. The numbers then show clearly. Of course, President Bill, you take over away the corruption index. Now about 30. Now you're there at 34. When Kilfala they parade all over the place. Ebo out of 100. So you picking from 30, it gets 34. Now picking and they wait for the gladdy, go to neighbor and all that. They say, oh, me picking no don't pass. Yes, no improvement, but the improvements they way low. To me, when you look the margin of error, we did just one place. And now oh me famulem. I say a Leone stem. Let's take this call. VS Network. Hello, caller. What's your name and who say the call from, please?
Yeah, Mr. Cabell is the ceremony. How are you, sir?
I did do well, sir. Thank you very much for where you call. And what's your you take, sir?
Well, yeah, no say we get for touch on every. I'm glad the way you don't touch all the political party them, but even we the citizens themselves get a huge problem. I know I make you yourself scapegoat now.
Yes.
Because the reality is that them politicians they are not put themselves there, now we put them there. We the citizens we know the people are corrupt, but we defend them. We know the system corrupt, but we defend the system we benefit we. So until we decide our citizens therefore decide say we get for go beyond we party and put country first, nothing will for change. Politicians will go up and say well I do the right thing today. It's not possible. The APC when they cry so they don't believe the cause. Now the same cause them use against us manner.
Yes. Yes.
And get the whole chance for change everything at the court and choose not to do it because it may benefit them at that time.
Yes.
There's a big deal with so today at the same court, then they complain about the whole net. Then at the same court, at this court, then they hail now to another the best courts. The same policeman they with them, they call so they say and they kill them. And the same policeman they mostly support any praise on social media. The same policeman the APC praise and they condemn so today. So I think say when we go back and look at the reality and do self-reflection, it's not much, like I always say, politician or businessman, what you present to them, now they buy. The reason why I make them, they try to shut most of it down because they're not so sensitized to people and they get a small idea, problem will come. They will begin to see, but we need folks to put a message across at that point. Let citizens know what they have, not to just a politician for blame. Now we self for total the blame because now the full representation of what we be, then the politician they do so. If they may not so only defend, what make President Bill begin to talk to the way and ask people them. Because I don't find out say most of the country not the dance in tune right now. As much as they try for play, I'm like say not important, but they know say important because people in the watching the certain way, they know the talks and watching, they know say yes. If a thing go bad, not easy then come back and talk to people again because they are way with them go there, people are not happy. Now make you find out the pressure they meet them. That the only happen when citizens and come together for put country above party. But we all know say we Salone people are damn too selfish. As long as we know that system the benefit we small, we don't care about the reality about them. So we the citizens get slow, we take 70% of what in the happen and get it to the politicians. Because now we the cost ourselves on social media, now we the go attack ourselves, now we the born with company and host there, now we the fight for kill company there, not to the politician anymore. Lobby here now. Then politicians are the get money, then just want eat. And they watch one show recently where the pastor is asked. They said, do you want to tell me to you feel say them politicians put in power? They want to equal to them? It's not possible.
Yeah.
They say you show me one politician who don't put in power, say you're gonna power, you make lay better, the guy better. It's not possible. We're not human. You must man that we're selfish. When they reach the one better past you, they want to make you they can big to them, they call them yes sir. They want your dignity past you. And the only thing go do that and keep you say you there and you can pander to them. So we the citizens now think that we need a better talk for each other. If we all come together, we know something is wrong, no matter if I like you. I will talk about them. Everything will change between 1 year. Kenya not change the way it changed totally for nothing. No.
Yeah.
You see what happened between the opposition there.
Yeah.
Then come together. The people then say, no, this is our country. No, we come in for a fight, work as one Kenya. Look what happened to Kenya today. Rwanda, same thing. Ghana, you know, Ghana, what happened in Ghana?
Yeah.
All the former president, any ceremony, they all come together on one stage. They still put Mama Ghana above all else. We not ever do an Salone. If that man is meeting in the border, or I'm in the border, no matter how bad he do, we go on for Kobara. If that man is in a power, I call me on Madingo border, that means Madingo border gets the certain official day, and no see me say go better day, I ready for Kobara. We don't care about that possibility they suffer. So we the people then stay safe now, we not the bad people, not the politicians. We bad, we wicked to each other. We not left we self, we not left we country. We all it using a cliche, but deep down, we not make anybody better like we. So thank you very much for your time, Pa. I think we need for people talk.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. We able to see you. Thank you very much. And Fambulem, that's now we see you. And I want to tell and thank you as it handle VOS in a way that we're all proud. So thank you very much, sir, for the great job. I want to go back to a comment where one of we smart brothers them, and we're all smart by the way. Salonians them. The problem we may define we are the experience about we brothers and sisters and Salone brothers and sisters them. The willingness. It takes sacrifice. And I make sadly enough at a film for we South African brothers where Mandela a sacrifice. And look they like today. From Thabo Mbeki we take over to Zuma to now Ramaphosa. They're all charged with corruption. Waiting are the problem of Africans. Mandela, of course, by the way, people Mandela na my hero. He be very popular, but he only rule for one term. And he hand over same Nondu, where he die. In burial, in funeral, you get Boku leaders them around the world. We not get space, then turn them down. And say because space no day. Just imagine, this is not black man. We leaders them around the world. They go for pay their last respect to this man. And they like today, look how South Africa, they struggle financially from the person we take over after him and to a successor, to the current one. Corruption upon corruption. So similar situation they go on at Salone. Corruption upon corruption. And sadly enough, let's take this La reply because we not get much time. I say I want for let we keep to just 2 hours. La just go back to this comment. I really get respect for this brother. So you say not everything needs to be okay. This no, the one way I want for sure. Nah, that one where you talk about Milton Magai. We yeah, you say, but Mr. Carbo, that's the least we expect from the founding father. I just wish he could have put in the foundation for our institutions for better governance. Yes, he intended well for our land. Unfortunately, he not be even ruled for too long after independence because he died in 1964. And actually, now one day after independence celebration, he died April 28th, according to the archive. April 28th, 1964. I want to take you back. Again, I'd be just show just summary the areas they want for a light because that's not to a program about Milton Magai no more. Yes, you talk about institutions, but remember, this man, it gets waiting it take for let live a better life. But he even established newspapers then for sensitize Sierra Leoneans them. That's not institution. It creates the school for the blind. That's not institution. For believe in blind people them, make them worthy of living. It create Milty Magai College for teachers. So it creates institutions. But the point where they make Naya is given the fact, say, the British, and we all will read and history how much them be so particular in terms of for tighten we. Let we not even get independence and all that. But in cleverly maneuver and still able, in fact, Nabi, I will say the supervisor of the first constitution, a new constitution of Sierra Leone, when that constitution they laid the foundation for independence. That's not something like how we see you talk. Look the constitution where Momogi we selfishly and make that constitution there because it be want money, and one of the conditions is for let it go let them do multi-party system, go into modern democracy. So it try for manipulate the constitution and write them in a way that it go there forever. But look how it happen now. Let me take a call, and this will be the last call for the night because we don't get much time. VOS Network. Hello,
Yes,
caller.
sir.
What's your name and who side you call from, please?
Yeah. Ibrahim, I dey call from Sierra Leone.
Wonderful. Thank you
I
so
see
much,
the
brother.
reminisce too much about Magai. You know, the
No, that's
question
some.
is,
Yes.
um, every generation get their own challenges. And
Yes.
freedom not cheap.
Yes.
Waiting American founding fathers the way found America. Waiting they expect the country dey. People will always come inside. They get power for make the country not be so. So that generation they get for stand to that particular challenge of tyranny. We not go able get Maga in type, It takes us nowhere. Reminiscence, this, that. What you get for our current challenges moving forward. Where we freedom are not
Yes.
respected. Not to me vote matter. Now the umpire would I get the umpire and I the win. It's factor. Not would I get the umpire for this game of election, I the win. The highest price. It's all over Africa. Almost. Democracy will not reflect when people do not get confidence back, especially in West Africa. You cannot count South Africa still, the institutions are working. The institutions, South African part, then Namibia, South Africa, Mauritius, more no many sense now. The current challenge, how we go for fix am. What you get for do? This whole thing about Sierra Leone man looking to other person for can solving problem, accept responsibility. Na him bring we to this. Institutional building, President Bioba go tell you say don't make your report. Me I no vote for, I won't vote for him. Yeah, so that no wait itself. But we get for ask yourself that airport at what cost? My problem is the platform for ask a serious question has been dominated by pauperism, wey similar to Trumpism. The deception, the lies, that they control the narrative how they want to. If we don't challenge it, I'm afraid for this country. Oh. The story wey dem dey present, I think they make it seem for be true. This is what Boris Johnson was doing in Britain. This is what Trump was doing, and he's coming back. So every generation get for stand up. This Salone business, we feel say we diplomat, we don't want to take responsibility. We want other people to take responsibility. Na him bring we so na ya. And get for
Absolutely.
bring we pass so. If we don't take responsibility, you get for bring we pass so. We expect with man for comfort for we for democracy, for our rights. All side democracy is in decline. People want democracy, they have to stand up. Cheap. You see, so now they want to make we begin question the story there, the lies that will be the last 5 years, the lies them we bring, we happen. The deception, the lies, we challenge the narrative. So the voice of Salone will help that. Then two man they will defect them go. They're not challenging narrative. Then they go reinforce it. They just fall prey of the lies. They just legitimize the legitimacy. NEC will never produce results by polling station because not to in and collect. And they could talk till they go say they go big. Not to in and collect. If they be collect and they don't produce am. More no they more talk how I make. Then the judiciary will for be independent. Right from APC na dem puela. Pasheki, that so-called Pasheki. In na puel the judiciary na the beck and call of the day. Kenya was in a similar situation. How can we have judges that can interpret the law? And the other biggest thing with constitution, it gets serious thing need to be revised. Is subject to different interpretation. There are no principle of constitutional law. Where for example, for example, then pass law say pilgrim religious group, they for go vote. If the other country unconstitutional, giving preference to a specific religious group as against the other. Even where parliament pass them, other country, then the judiciary, they check and say that is unconstitutional. Because it has to apply to Christian too.
Okay.
So we don't get constitutional. These are the issues that we'll get for talk.
Okay.
Moving forward. This reminiscent waiting not happen. That is my issue, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's from nowhere.
Yes.
It just make you feel sorry, melancholy.
No, fair enough. But I don't know if you missed that part where we start for say somebody now the other program be challenge me because me not be let for go through history. I can always look forward. Like I can say, yes, we for learn from history. We're not going to change the past, but for learn from the past. So I just want for let people understand no more way the current leaders them they say something terrible. But anyway, we don't run out of time. I'll let you go. But thank you very much for your comments and great comments by the way. Thank you very much. Take care, my brother. Okay. Bye bye. So me fumble them again. I just want for like people that know say I do this for backing the reason why I say, aside from Milton Magai, no other leader, no Salone, no don't get where you go say this leader we ready for push the country go before. They all come and just for promote their own well-being rather than the country or the average Salone person. So, and again, I just give also example of somebody where we go say this now two patriotic leader. Now somebody we ready for na unifier. So because Boku people them not really still that that way, and I just decide for bring that. Let them know say Bio according to Tijan Kaba again at the quotes and Tijan Kaba na be SLPP leader. So according to Tijan Kaba, Bio no be wants the election. So I don't know how it come about for be the father of the modern democracy. So then they according to Tijan Kaba no be true. But in any case, let me wrap up. And one thing where I want for also along this line for bring to our attention me fumble them. I be watch one Keke Thomas Sandy he be tweet one time and say the Commonwealth Secretary General don't congratulate Bill. You know, like I say no more, they defend all kind way for like then get they feel say then get recognition. And no one for do the right thing. We now for like ECSL release their numbers then they. And again, as I say, APC self gets their own blame here. Because to me, we not get no other way for do a real, no other institution according to the constitution, we are charged with that responsibility there for call a rerun of an election other than the Supreme Court. So, but they say they don't believe in the court. Where, in my opinion, that's shameful. Therefore, really bury their face in shame for saying that because they be dinner power, still like how the people and say get opportunity for even go through a referendum because Kenya do that. Kenya they rewrite the constitution, go through referendum, and now it reflects more of modern democracy. So we all know the intention at the time, 1991, of President Momo, former President Momo. Now for let ego dena power for God knows how long, probably till death. So now make it give himself so much power and now we dey get the aftermath of it. But let us show una a message from the Commonwealth Secretariat, and let this be the final one where I go end up with. So this now statement from the Commonwealth Secretary General, retired Honorable Patricia Scotland, KC, concerning Sierra Leone, and actually now as of yesterday. So not to something we don't take now yesterday, and I want to tell Matilda plenty thank you and bring and come to my attention today. Before I come na the show. So not a long read, me fumble them, but I just want to tell una no more how Salone right now situation day. So it remind the both APC and SLPP because now they are the two major parties in that na Salone. On 25th May, following months of peaceful and constructive dialogue, I read now, the leaders of all the Sierra Leone's political parties accepted the invitation to stand before the nation and pledged themselves and their supporters to peace. Today, I call on all to honor the terms and that commitment. So within it is saying it is time for tell we say, and Bokofuna be know of that. We President Bill and all the other parties them pledge for like they resolve whatever differences in a peaceful way. So it continues for say the democratic process requires calm and responsible leadership, functioning institutions, a commitment to justice and the rule of law, and an active, collective choice to unite rather than to divide. And we know say it put boku boku adjectives there, but we know very well say the politicians them deliberately they divide the country because to them they don't get any better thing for offer the people of Sierra Leone. They don't get sober policies them other than lie. So now it make then they use that old tactics for divide and conquer. So then divide we with the fact we serve. Because of that, then go continue for rule. Because if we unite, it not go be good for them. Because when we unite, we go able for listen to each other and see the benefit for push the country go before. And then we not go able now for allow them for full week. Because the division we then create, it don't make we set a very low bar for the politicians them. And they ride we. So the second sentence say, this is not always easy, but it is the essential foundation for peace and progress. And Sierra Leone's own history underlines its importance. In challenging times, leadership matters. Absolutely. This is the moment for Sierra Leone's leaders to engage in peaceful, constructive dialogue to honor the promises they made to the people when we stood together in Freetown and to ensure a strong democratic inheritance for future generations. I said then, and I say again now, that the Commonwealth is with you. I offer my full support and engagement in helping to facilitate that peaceful, constructive dialogue, and I share the hopes of millions across Sierra Leone, Africa, and the world that the courage, integrity, and love which make this nation so special will not fail. So I know say it's sort of diplomatic, a very simple naya. The Secretary General, they appeal for dialogue. But to me, here is the thing. What they for talk about? The people that don't give them demand. APC don't give them demand. And then demand, not to say now extraordinary demand. Now demand where a member, operations director, now ECSL, so then get that data there. So if una gets the data, and then people ask for them, say if them pull the data, and then realize the mistake or whatever, whether they realize or not. But according to Honorable Abdul Kagbo, now we sister program, 2 weeks ago, when at the social media review program, it say if them pull that, they release that data day, the next day they go parliament. So why we not hold them to it? For something we're available. For data we're available. Why we not release the data? And then, as I say, we for don't pardon now. Say we not be promise. They don't pull the data. And to me, instead of you go beg APC and stuff like that, because una de pa una political shenanigan, why we not try for work with the international community? Why we not release them and try for make sure say we get that position where Salone deserve? And President Bio, all the fly, waiting at the justification for that. You say you they fly all over the world for rebuild Sierra Leone reputation because the former administration under former President Koroma they don't damage Salone integrity. So now, what do they do so? We outrightly, and I feel say will be a international outcry. We discredit the former president at all. Will not be that. It only be at that magnitude. But you now indirectly did discredit your election win. They not say directly you not win, but they say the result will bring you na power. That results they're not credible. So what did it mean? It means say you election not credible. You're not deserving of being there. So why you not go give we all the benefit of the doubt and publicly and urge all the SLPP for big names them for let them urge ECSL for redeem the country from this embarrassment. I don't know how President Bill you the able for look people in the eye where you go attend then conferences then they and speak freely. Where it very clear internationally say you election or credible, then they not for take something away from your prestige. President Bill. But I know say it's all about you selfishness. As long as you didn't have power, it don't matter what it take. You go drag the country down. I don't know if Sierra Leoneans them at this point, then for calculate how much they don't give you in terms of per diem and ask for we money back. Because all the thing where you say you don't make, now you they undo so. So meaning that you don't deserve the per diem whatever they give you for them boku travel here. So Fambulem, I want to tell you now boku thank you, don't run out of time. Again, let me continue. I want to talk a little bit about NGC because I can always say I don't care about political parties them. I care about the country. Where they parade with President Bill, they dance on stage. How they go work with President Bill and make sure say the country go back to that glory days. But now, unfortunately, I'm not going to talk too much because the audio where they make around on social media, that audio they I try for contact the author of that audio they way na just made Suma, but and I'll get back to me and ask him if that audio they authentic. So maybe the next time I go come, I go try for make sure say if I don't get reply for ma'am, then I go analyze that audio there. What it mean for the country? Now another thing that way, Salone I go say in a very, very sad moment. For let we go into alliance and then try for fool the people and say the alliance they in the interest of Sierra Leoneans, not knowing to say that their own selfish reasons. So then they self-disgraceful from the leader take handle. But I going and they I want to tell una boku thank you. I want to tell una let God bless una with una family. Let God bless the politicians them. Again, let us not swear them. If we swear them, the country will go beyond more and more. But let God change their mind. Let God make them be empathetic. Let them think about Sierra Leoneans them. And let them think about the people where they suffer. And not to just fulfill them pocket. And I want to also remind you now, say tomorrow by God's grace, on Saturday next tomorrow, 3:00 Eastern Standard Time, we New York and the East Coast, Canada as well. And 7:00 Salone time, 8:00 UK time, we own Madam Cady Johnson Cole. He will host Honorable Alfred Thompson and fully able understand waiting are some of the reasons we make a change in mind and decide for join Honorable Mohamed Bangura na Parliament and sworn in. So I will encourage you now for let tune in and let we all hear from them. So again, I want to say boku thank you. Let God bless above all Mama Salone. And for me, I will come on Saturday because now Madam Cady Johnson Cole one-on-one. We try for doing one-on-one, so we will get plenty time for take calls them as well. And myself go there somewhere where I go to watch the show. And until that time day, next week we're sooner back with another episode of Salone Issues. Me na Abdul Karim Kagbo, they say Unatata. Let God bless Salone again. Unatata.